أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear friends, welcome to Idea Foundation Forum. Today in lecture 279, we will discuss day and night cycle, circadian rhythm and physiology of human life as the 28th issue under the Qur'an and Modern Sciences. What is circadian rhythm? It is internal biological clock of every living thing, synchronized with day and night cycle, which determines physiological efficiency of the respective human or animal. Let me repeat for your understanding. Circadian rhythm is internal biological clock of every living thing synchronized with day and night cycle, which determines physiological efficiency of the respective human or animal. In lecture 277, we discussed connectivity of day and night cycle, circadian rhythm and physiology of plants in the light of Qur'anic information and scientific discoveries. The Qur'an describes significance of day and night cycle in the sustainability of life on the earth, urging the man to think how he can get the best from nature's endowments by knowing his personal biological abilities and synchronizing them with the day and night cycle. It is to establish a working equilibrium between the internal biological clock and the day and night rhythmic movement. In today's lecture, our focus will be on the working of this equilibrium and its impact on human physiology. The Quranic verses we discussed in lecture 277 on the subject have been displayed on the screen. May please be seen again to refresh your memory. Dear friends, as the day and night cycle displays an interactive movement of light and temperature over 24 hours, a clock also exists inside the man, which internally moves his various biological processes over 24 hours and determines his circadian rhythm for the physical, mental and behavioral changes he experiences over a 24-hour cycle. Need for a rhythmic relation between the light, dark and biological clocks intended in the Quran has also been confirmed by current scientific discoveries in biochemistry. There is now huge literature in science that tells necessity of the equilibrium between the two cycles and likely consequences due to deviations from the desired balance. Let us have a brief review of this literature, scientific literature. Latest studies have found that almost every human cell, tissue and organ has its own circadian rhythm integrated into one whole rhythm tuned, synchronized to the day and night cycle. A master biological clock regulates circadian rhythms or clocks of its organs. This master clock is a structure called suprachiasmatic nucleus. In abbreviation, we may call it HCN, is formed of large group of nerve cells and it is located in the hypothalamus part of the brain as shown on the screen. SCN synchronizes the circadian rhythms of different organs and tissues in the body. Many factors like food intake, stress, physical activity, social environment, and temperature influence circadian rhythms. But light and dark have the most crucial impact on their functioning. Relatively, dark and light are more important. Circadian timing system plays crucial role in almost every biological process. Sleep, wake cycle, hormone secretion, cardiovascular health, glucose, homeostasis, and body temperature regulations are greatly influenced by circadian clock. Energy balance is among the most important determinants of metabolic processes. Energy imbalance causes several diseases like obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular dysfunction. All these are related with metabolic disorder. While circadian clock is the main regulator of metabolism, thus circadian clock is a bidirectional regulator of metabolic processes and energy balance. Two things, metabolic processes and energy balance. So, dear friends, current studies look at the circadian clock in two parts. The central clock is located in suprachiasmatic nucleus. Let me repeat the sentence. The central clock is located in suprachiasmatic nucleus of the hypothalamus, and peripheral clocks of the organs located in various tissues which drive the circadian expression of specific genes involved in a variety of physiological functions. Main stimulus for the SCN is light. However, temperature, hormones, nutrients, appetite state, sleep-wake state, physical activity are effective stimuli for the circadian cycle in various peripheral pathways, interconnected. Light being main stimulus for the SCN, the sleep-wake cycle crucially impact the circadian rhythm. During last a few decades, excessive usage of television, internet, and mobile phones has gradually decreased sleeping time, causing increase in many diseases like premature mortality, obesity, impaired glucose tolerance, diabetes, psychiatric disorder, anxiety, depression, cancer, fatigue, and loss of concentration. One study showed that working at least 3 nights per month for 15 or more years could increase the risk of colorectal, means colon and rectum cancers. Just imagine. Dear friends, release of several hormones from hypothalamus accelerates at night. At night, significance of night. Look at it. If circadian clock of sleep is disrupted, these hormones cannot be released at normal levels. For example, the levels of growth hormones peak between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning, early in the morning. Melatonin is an important hormone in circadian synchronization. It is involved in many biological and physiological regulations in the body. Its main role is to maintain the biological clock and adjust the body rhythm. Its release is stimulated in the dark at night and suppressed by light during the day. Melatonin secretion peaks especially during 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. However, exposure to light at night causes its plasma levels to fall. It indicates importance of night and early sleeping. Cortisol hormone secreted from the adrenal glands under circadian discipline regulates many metabolic processes such as glycogenolysis. It means breakdown of sugar. Lipolysis means breaking down of fats, and proteolysis, it means breaking down of proteins. So it indicates the importance of day and night cycle. The cortisol concentration in circulation reaches a peak level early in the morning. Gradually it declines throughout the day and reaches its lowest level at midnight. This hormone increases the use of cortisol, glucose, free fatty acids and amino acids from endogenous fuel stores. The release of leptin hormone also occurs in a circadian cycle, and serum leptin levels peak at night. The cortisol concentration in circulation reaches a peak level just before waking in the morning. Insulin secretion decreases at night, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Lipid absorption in the dark is higher than in the light. Myocardial infarction peaks at night or early in the morning. In the natural course of metabolism, both insulin sensitivity and insulin secretion decrease between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. means early in the morning in comparison to morning hours. This metabolic process highlights the impact of circadian control on glucose metabolism. Dear friends, it is the overarching equilibrium that makes the universe sustain and grow at microscopic and macroscopic levels both. For a promising life, not only the circadian rhythm, our internal biological clock needs to be harmonized with the day and night cycle, but also the central biological clock needs to be synchronized with peripheral clocks of the organs. Central or circadian or clock and the peripheral clocks of the organs, heart, lungs, kidneys, etc. This integrated equilibrium underwrites the energy balance of life. Note again, this integrated equilibrium, central and peripheral, this integrated equilibrium underwrites the energy balance of life. When peripheral clocks are desynchronized from central clocks, dissociated, it results in chronodisruption. What is chronodisruption? It is circadian disruption causing cancer progression as reported by International Agency for Research on Cancer in 2007. Its negative physiological impact causes energy imbalances leading to loss of body's antibacterial resistance, cardiovascular diseases, depression, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. The factors that directly affect biological rhythms are meal times and sleeping times. Thus, circadian rhythms have an important role in energy homeostasis and metabolic processes. To save the humanity from fatal consequences of chronodisruption, circadian rhythm depending treatments, which is medically known as chronopharmacology, nutritional intervention, which is in medicine called chrononutrition, and exercises, which are called chrono exercises, have been developed as a coordinated approach to sustain metabolic health. So, dear friends, the fact discussed so far necessitate a synchronized relationship between the human's circadian rhythm and day and night cycle for the well-being of an individual as well as of the mankind. Allah has desired the man to pursue his fitrah, or the divine character codified into the laws of nature on which the man has been designed. Note the miraculous words of ayat 30 of Surah Ar-Rum, which says, I translate, adhere to the fitrah of Allah. What is fitrah of Allah? Character of Allah, laws of nature upon which He has created all the people, every people. Here, day and night cycle represents the laws of nature, and circadian rhythm too interprets the laws of nature to which the man is divinely tuned by birth, tuned by nature. Practice of 5-time prayers aligned to day and night cycle is the best way to train its pursuers for compliance of circadian rhythm. With this perspective, we can easily appreciate the significance of day and night balance of day and night revealed by the verses of Qur'an shown on the screen. This perspective also confirms the Qur'anic claim that Allah has created nothing aimless, neither day nor night. It is the man who needs to explore the signs of his divinity in the makeup of the nature as revealed in Surah Yunus. Let me recite. Ma khalaqallahu zalika illa bilhaq yufassilul ayati liqaumin ya'lamun. Its translation is, Allah has not created this, means anything except in truth. He details the signs for a people who know, who think, who ponder. So, the crux of the whole lecture is that it is day or it is night, both are equally important, and wisdom lies in their balance. We must do the works related with night at the time of night, and the other things which are related to the day at the daytime. With this, we conclude our discussion under lecture 279. Please subscribe Idea Foundation YouTube channel to watch videos of previous lectures and join us for the noble cause. Thank you friends for participation. Allah Hafiz.